So using this one simple tool, you can track all of your investments in one single place. You can track shares and ETFs from over 40 global stock exchanges, track over 100 major cryptocurrencies, track gold and other precious metals, and even track your investment properties. This tool will automatically calculate for you the performance of all of your investments, eliminating the need for any Excel spreadsheets. It even considers the impact of capital gains, dividends received, currency fluctuations, and even brokerage fees as well, giving investors a full picture of their investment performance, allowing them to make better investment decisions. On top of all of this tool can save you a bunch of time and money at tax time, as it can easily calculate the tax implications of your investment portfolio. And the tool that can do this all for you is known as Sharesight. Now, I've personally been using Sharesight for a little over 5 years now, ever since I started my investing journey. And it's honestly super simple to use, and I'll show you step by step how in this video. So the first step is obviously going to be signing up for an account if you haven't done so already. Now, Sharesight has multiple plans and options, and best of all, there is a completely free version of Sharesight that you can use free forever. So feel free to sign up to that one, play around with the tool, and if you do find value in it, consider upgrading to one of the paid plans, as you get a lot of additional features and benefits with those plans. The paid options will allow you to add more holdings, create more portfolios, and just have more advanced reporting at your fingertips, such as being able to calculate the amount of capital gains taxes that you'll need to pay when you sell off your shares. I've partnered with Sharesight today to give you guys 4 months free when you sign up to any annual plan. So I'll leave links in the description box down below. So once you've signed up, the next thing that you're gonna wanna do is to actually add your share holdings into the platform itself. And there's 3 options here. You can either manually add in your trades, import them directly from your broker, or upload a CSV file with all of your trades. My preferred way of doing this is importing them directly from your broker, and Sharesight supports over 190 different brokers from around the world. So you'll find that all the major brokers within Australia are supported with this method. So for example, my main broker is with Stake, and if I click on Stake, it will provide me with step-by-step instructions of what I'll need to do to extract the trades from Stake and then import them into Sharesight. Sharesight can even automatically track any buy and sell transactions in your portfolio using your broker's buy and sell trade confirmations. All you'll need to do is copy the email address provided here and either add it as a contact email in your brokerage account directly, or create a forwarding rule in your email. Now, if you're a bit more old-fashioned and you'd rather do it manually, then that's totally fine as well. You can simply add in your trades one by one by searching up the ticker code, and then add in the quantity, the price, and also the brokerage costs as well. Next, if you've got any crypto holdings, then you're gonna wanna track those as well. Unfortunately, there isn't any integrations yet with cryptocurrency platforms, so you'll either need to manually add them in one by one, or create a CSV extract of your trades and then manually import it. With manual entries, similar to before, you'll just need to know the cryptocurrency code of the coin that you want to add and then search it based on that. So once you've added all of your investments, you can then look at your portfolio overview to see your overall investment position. From here, you'll really be able to deep dive and then look into the performance of your investments. You'll be able to see the performance of your portfolio broken down by capital gains, dividends, and currency fluctuations. And if you scroll down further, you'll be able to see all of your holdings grouped by different markets. So we have the ASX market here, the NASDAQ market, and also the cryptocurrency markets as well. At the very top, we can see a graph showing us our portfolio value over a set period of time. And if you wanted to, you can look at the performance of your portfolio over different time periods. So for example, we can look at last financial year's performance, or perhaps we want to look at just the past 6 months. We can also change the type of graph that is being showed and the information that is being conveyed. So for example, if we change it to the growth graph, then we can see over each financial year where the growth from our portfolio has come from. Has it predominantly come from capital gains, dividends, or currency gains? But one of my favorite features of Sharesight is the ability to benchmark our portfolio. Everyone wants to know how their portfolio is doing, especially if you invest into individual stocks and companies. And you can do this very easily in Sharesight, and you can even benchmark it against major indexes like the S&P/ASX 200, or even just compare it against individual stocks or ETFs. For example, I could benchmark my portfolio and compare it against VDHG, which is a globally diversified ETF that Vanguard offers. This way you'll know how your overall portfolio is doing so that you can make better investment decisions moving forward. Another awesome feature of Sharesight is the ability to track dividends that you receive. So if you're invested into a share or an ETF that pays you dividends and you choose to reinvest those dividends, it can be really tedious tracking those transactions. How many shares did you reinvest? What was the cost price, etc. Well, Sharesight does this automatically for you. It pulls data directly from the companies themselves and then auto-populates it into the platform. All of the data here was automatically populated by Sharesight. I didn't have to do anything at all. Now, each time you receive a dividend, Sharesight will ask you to confirm that transaction, but 99.99% of the time, those transactions are correct. But if you wanted to manually just double check just to ensure that everything is correct, then feel free to do that as well. And additionally, if you are choosing to reinvest your dividends, then you can also tell Sharesight that you are doing this, and it will automatically calculate the number of additional shares that you would have received and then add that to your overall portfolio holdings. All you'll need to do is go down to the holding settings and then tell Sharesight that you are planning to reinvest your dividends, and then moving forward, Sharesight will automatically calculate the additional shares that you'll receive each time you receive dividends. Now, the reason why this is so important is because when it comes time to selling down your shares in the future, when you inevitably retire, it means that you won't need to pay any more tax than you need to. And lastly, moving on to the reporting. Now, Sharesight contains a number of powerful reports that you can run against your own investment portfolio. And these reports fall into one of two categories. They're either tax or compliance reports or performance insight reports. Now, I'm not going to run through every single report because that's going to take me all day, but I will talk about two specific tax and compliance reports that are going to save you hundreds of dollars and hours come tax time, and is why I think you should definitely consider upgrading to one of the paid plans of Sharesight. So diving into the taxable income report. This report essentially lists all of the transactions for dividends, distributions, and income that you would have received from all of your investments. The report is designed to include all of the information that you'll need to complete your tax return every year. And if you have a tax accountant that does your tax for you, all you'll need to do is forward this report directly to them, and they'll have everything that they need to complete your tax return on your behalf. And next, when it comes to the capital gains tax report, this report calculates how much capital gains tax you'll need to pay over a set period of time. So if you're planning to sell shares, this tool is a complete game changer because it automatically calculates how much taxes you'll need to pay, taking into consideration all the tax rules that applies to us in Australia. And you can even optimize things by changing the sale allocation method to minimize the amount of taxes that you have to pay. Sharesight does assume a first in, first out method as default, which just means that you're selling the shares that you've held the longest. But you can experiment with different sale allocation methods to optimize the amount of taxes that you'll need to pay. For example, you could choose the last in, first out method, which assumes that you're selling the shares that you last bought first. Or there's even options to minimize the capital taxes that you have to pay by actually selling off the shares that have the highest purchase costs. The summary of the report is essentially all you and your accountant will need to successfully lodge your tax return every single year. So you can simply send them this report and you're done. This would have been a huge pain in the ass if you or your accountant had to do it all manually. If you asked your tax accountant to do this manually for you, they would have had to spend hours upon hours calculating everything out to get it correctly and optimizing your tax return. So by being able to run this report, you're saving yourself hundreds of dollars come tax time, because that's time that the tax accountant didn't have to bill you. And these are some of the key features and benefits of using Sharesight. If you are looking to sign up, or perhaps you have a free account already and are looking to upgrade, make sure to check out the link in the description box because you'll receive 4 months for free when you sign up to an annual plan. And if you're just starting out on your investment journey and wondering what shares you should be investing into, make sure you check out this video right here where I talk about the world's simplest investment portfolio for Australians.